please remain standing for the presentation of colors and the national anthem.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Grace Summers, and as the student body president, it is my great honor to welcome family, friends, faculty, and staff, the Board of Trustees, and district office personnel to Winthrop Coliseum to honor the class of 2024. Before we begin, my fellow classmates and I have a request of each of you. It is our wish as the class of 2024 to have a dignified graduation program. To maintain the dignity and honor of this milestone ceremony, celebrating the achievements of the entire graduating class of 2024, I would like to remind our friends, family, and guests who have joined us that we ask you to hold your applause and cheers until after all names of graduates have been read and diplomas have been awarded. While we recognize the joy that each of our families and guests must feel today, interrupting the ceremony with noise or applause as an individual student receives their diploma will prevent other families from hearing their loved one's name and hinders them from seeing the awarding of their child's diploma. As the culminating event of 13 years of public education, Northwestern High School's faculty, staff, and graduates want this ceremony to be representative of the dignity that our community desires and expects. I know that as family and friends of the graduates, You will not want to do anything that will detract from the dignity of this day for each of our graduates. At this time, please silence any and all electronic devices and cell phones. I would like to thank you again for being here to celebrate the class of 2024.
Good morning, proud family and friends, esteemed faculty and guests, and most importantly, the class of 2024. I'm so honored to be speaking today as a senior class president. It's astounding to think that we've grown together throughout our years at Northwestern and now share many cherished memories. We started off as a class by navigating through the unknowns of COVID. Nonetheless, as we moved forward, many of us progress our paths by pursuing clubs, dominating in sports on the field, or improving musical and artistic talents. We compiled rigorous curriculums. We showed our school spirit on game days, but as we entered senior year, that was the year we went all out for, the year that will be treasured forever. Together, we smiled, laughed, cried, as we wanted to make the most out of our last moment seeing people we've known since kindergarten. From the Keep Pounding game, senior sunrise, pep rallies, powder puff, senior day, all the way till senior sunset. It's such a surreal moment, right? Today, graduating is a personal triumph for each and every one of you. It's a significant milestone as it marks a culmination of years of hard work, commitment, and strength. Countless days and nights awaiting this moment, and now your perseverance is finally showcased. I don't want to be cliche and talk about the new opportunities that are ahead of us. Instead, I want to focus on the difficult journey of obtaining or finding opportunities. With that, I'd like to share a poem called A Litany for Survival that I read in my AP Literature class. In the poem, the author criticizes how humanity is embedded with fear no matter the circumstances, and instead chooses to emphasize the power of acting courageous. So, graduates, as you sit at the brink of the shore, anxiously waiting to step into the mysterious, deep waters of the world, I want you to be fearless and prevail. As you move forward, be adaptive to taking risks and embrace learning from mistakes. As you move forward, don't feel defeated in a world filled with making decisions. As you move forward, be comfortable with the uncomfortable. As you move forward, don't accept the limitations others impose on you. Instead of living along the borders of life instilled with fear, live to the fullest, because the future isn't something we enter, it's something we create. Remember, this is just the beginning of what we can accomplish, and as Mr. Berry would always say, with young people in the world like you, the future looks bright. Congratulations, class of 2024, and may your journey be prosperous. Thank you.
Good morning, graduates, families, Northwestern faculty, District Office Administration, and Board of Trustees. Welcome to Northwestern High School commencement for the class of 2024. Graduates, I would like to start the ceremony like I would for a Trojan Way advisory by reading a book, Dancing in the Darkness by Otis Moss III. One version of this story shares that a young lady was complaining to her mother about all her troubles and wondering how she would make it through a spell of misfortune. Her mother led her to the kitchen and filled 3 pots of water, placing carrots in the first, eggs in the second, and a coffee bean in the third. After bringing each pot to a boil, she removed the contents and placed them in a bowl, explaining to her daughter that while they had been subject to the same adverse condition, each element reacted differently. The hard and unbending carrot emerged weak and soft. The eggs had been fragile, their liquid interior protected by a thin shell, yet their insides hardened by the heat. The consistency of the coffee beans remained the same, but instead of being altered by their surroundings, they changed the water in which they were boiled to produce coffee with a rich aroma. Which are you? The mother asked her daughter to gauge how she would respond in adversity. It's a question we must all answer. Graduates, you have answered the question by being present here today as you fill the room with your rich aroma of success. I would like to pause and recognize our distinguished guests with us today. First, please stand if you have served in armed forces, currently serving in the armed forces, and are graduates designated by the red and white and blue cord who have already made the decision to enlist in the armed forces. Thank you for your incredible, selfless act in service. You may be seated. Joining me on stage are our fearless leaders who stand with us to ensure our graduates are prepared for all of life forces. When I call your name, please stand, and please hold your applause until the end. Superintendent, Dr. Thomas Mosey. Rock Hill School Board of Trustees, Ms. Helena Miller, Chairperson. Mr. Pete Nozel, Vice Chair. Ms. Patrice Reed Cherry. Ms. Mildred Douglas. Ms. Wendy Cole. Mr. James Burns, and Mr. Brian McClendon. Assistant Principals, Ms. Ryan Kirkland, Mr. Tony Lancaster, Mr. Daniel McCollum, Ms. Katrina Moody Byers. Rock Hill School's Deputy and Assistant Superintendents. Rock Hill School's Cabinet members. Mr. Stephen Truesdale, Director of the Aspire Academy. Ms. Heather Andrews, Director of Rock Hill Virtual Program. Let's give them all a round of applause. You may be seated. Northwestern faculty and staff, family, would you please stand? Thank you for embracing me into the Northwestern family as your new principal and holding the values of commitment, collaboration, and consistency. Thank you for pouring a story of hope into our graduates and teaching them how to forever carry the torch. Please join me in giving them a round of applause. You may be seated. Families and community members, thank you for your partnership and consistent support as you played an integral part in helping our graduates navigate to the promised land of graduation. Graduates, please give your family and community a round of applause. Class of 2024, I have truly been honored to serve as your principal this last year. Although our time together was short, my love for you is forever. As I reflected on your high school journey, memories flooded my mind, mulling your experience of being at home, working remotely, and specializing in how to quickly detect 6 feet apart, all while rocking the new fashion of wearing a ninja mask. Oh, the spell of misfortune. But just as the story of the coffee bean, you did not falter. You persevered and proceeded to press through the pandemic with poise and grace, emerging stronger and more resilient on the other side. Being new to the principalship, I sought advice from many mentors with an impetus to learn how to create an environment where students thrive and thirst to become a better version of themselves. One mentor's words resonated the most. Mr. Sam Foster, the first principal of Northwestern High School. He stated, "What kids really care about is the atmosphere you provide for them, whether you are fair, and whether you have a little fun in the process." Graduates, thank you for helping establish an atmosphere of love and inclusivity, along with planning fun activities that birth memories that we can reflect on during desperate times of despair. You are now and forever Trojans. You have been equipped with armor of success. I charge you to take your helmet, which protects your mind, and always remember to think for yourself. Take your breastplate, which protects your heart, and never allow bitterness to penetrate and puncture the love you have inside. Take your sword, which is a symbol of power, and use it to change the world. Take your shield, possibly the most vital piece of your armor, crucial for protecting your brothers and sisters. With this armor and love leading the way, you can now march forth with courage and resolve as you carry the torch while dancing in the dark. Congratulations, class of 2024.
I would like to begin by expressing my gratitude for each and every one of the teachers, mentors, friends, and family members who have helped not just me, but our entire class. I think I can speak for all of us when I say that we would not have the wisdom or drive we have gained if it were not for you all. I know I personally could not have made it through these past 13 years without my family cheering me on. But now, as we are moving forward through this milestone, we can no longer rely on our support system for daily reassurance and comfort. For many of us, our senior year signified the last time we would have the safety net of our daily routine. I know that I will no longer have my mom making me coffee for late night cramming, or Miss Hughes helping me de-stress in the morning before a big test. Instead, we now face an expanse of uncertainty as we bridge the divide from our years of public school to whatever the future may hold for each of us. I've noticed that some of our teachers and other mentors tend to share one common sentiment, and that is that these years in high school and early adulthood are the best years of our lives, and that we should savor them. While I do agree with the importance of these past 4 and even 13 years, I hope that they are wrong. I instead hope that we can use the skills we have obtained from our successes and failures throughout our time at Northwestern to be prepared for the best years of our lives, no matter at what point they come. We have each had such different experiences in high school. I know personally, I wasn't out practicing sports on a field every day after school, but I hope those who were can take that discipline, motivation, and ability to thrive in camaraderie into the rest of their lives. I am a troubadour and the editor-in-chief for the Visions literary magazine, and I know that I can use my confidence in leadership that I found in these activities to establish a community in the drastically unfamiliar lifestyle of college. But while some of us may have thrived in this environment, some of us may have trudged through every day at school, dreaming of the day they could walk out of the school for the last time. No matter what our experiences have been, I hope that we have taken something from these years we have spent developing into the people we are today, so that we can thrive as we develop into the people we will later become. We have no idea what is in our future, but I have faith that if we learn from what we have been taught, and no, I do not necessarily mean how to analyze the works of Shakespeare and Poe, but rather the resilience and patience we have gained from our time in school, we can forge our own paths, using the unknown future as a playground of opportunities to make our lives what we want them to be. So yes, we don't know when our best years will be, but why rush to find out? Let us instead seek out every available opportunity for greatness, savoring every moment and never wavering as we look head on into the future that lies before us. Henry David Thoreau once wrote, "You must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment." Fools stand on their island of opportunities and look toward another land. There is no other land. There is no other life but this. I promise this isn't just a random quote from some old dead guy. The man's got a point. Learn to love the unknown and utterly unpredictable future despite your fears and anxieties. Even if you face countless tribulations along your path, learn to love that you have been given the opportunity to walk this path in the first place. The fact that we don't know what is going to happen tomorrow, let alone in the next few years, gives us the freedom to cultivate our own happiness instead of being bound to a strict path. Yes, time tends to propel us forward at an unyielding, overwhelming rate, but we wouldn't want it any other way. And of course, we may have times where we must grieve failures and unfulfilled dreams, but never forget that each and every one of us is entitled to pursue happiness. After all the work we have put in to get to where we are today, I have faith that we, the class of 2024, can continue to look forward to whatever our future endeavors may be as we cherish the formative years Northwestern High School has allowed us. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Abraham, staff, students, families, and friends. First, I would like to recognize the hard work and determination of every graduate. The fact that we are standing here today is proof that our efforts have finally paid off. Whether you are a C's get degrees kind of student or someone who strives for all A's, here we are together as soon-to-be graduates. A week ago, when I realized I would be giving a speech today, I wasn't exactly sure what to say. I don't necessarily have any wisdom that I can share, as I am just an 18-year-old like the rest of you. While I might have considered using ChatGPT just for some inspiration, I decided instead to take some time to look back on my high school experience and the lessons I've learned. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the teachers who helped us along the way. Your patience and dedication to teaching helped us get here, even if some of us occasionally fell asleep during your class. I'd especially like to recognize Coach Mack, who is leaving Northwestern at the same time as us seniors, but whose influence will stay with us long after we are gone. I'd like to thank my best friends who have always encouraged me and made me laugh. I'd also like to thank my parents who have sacrificed a lot for me to be here today, and my siblings, Ashlyn and Mason, who are my biggest role models. While we may be wearing identical cap and gowns right now, it would be difficult to sum up all of high school and each of our unique experiences into a few sentences, as we all have different accomplishments, interests, and memories. These last few moments before going into the real world are very bittersweet, as we finally have the freedom to decide our own lives. With that freedom, we also take on much more responsibility for who we become. I hope that you will be confident in your capabilities and remember the lessons you have learned at Northwestern. High school is just one short period of our lives, and maybe it was meant to be that way. We were able to help shape each other into mature young adults, most of us that is. And when we come back in another 5 or 10 years for reunions, I hope that you can be proud of all you've accomplished. Something we have drilled into our minds from the adults around us is to live in the moment, but I don't think we ever fully understand what that means until the moment has passed. As someone who went through high school, mainly passing time based on assignment due dates, waiting for the next fun thing that I could look forward to, and speeding out of the school every day to beat the dreadful parking lot traffic, I found myself going extra slow and hesitantly dragging my feet out of Northwestern on the last day of school. It was hard to believe I wouldn't be coming back. I encourage you all to slow down and find joy in the present moment and in the simple things in life, even though it is easy to get carried away and look forward to the next big thing or event that may bring you happiness. I encourage you all to find what makes you happy, rather than trying to live up to others' expectations. For me, personally, I have found peace and true joy in Jesus Christ. He is who has brought me freedom and is responsible for every good thing in my life. In my best and worst moments, my faith in God is what has carried me through. As we depart into the world and learn that life is much more difficult and complicated than the walls inside Northwestern High School, we will face trials undoubtedly. It is crucial to find what motivates you to keep going and remain strong. Don't be afraid to embarrass yourself or mess up. We will be thrown into hard situations. But when you are scared to do something, it's probably just because it's unfamiliar, not because you're incapable. A common misconception is that we have to go around hardships, but the reality is, sometimes, the best path is directly through them. This past week, I've gotten to go skydiving and hiked to the top of a mountain, both of which made me realize just how small we are in comparison to the vast world around us, and how sometimes our problems aren't nearly as big as we think. In addition, say yes to every opportunity given to you. You never know what it could lead to or the person you may become simply by opening yourself up to new experiences. For some of us, this may feel like the end, but I hope that we will also use it as an opportunity to look forward to the future and the wonderful new beginnings coming our way. As we go out into the world, we must learn to be okay doing things alone and being independent. That being said, don't be afraid to reach out and lean on those around you when you struggle. I promise there will always be someone who knows what you're going through and can help. Remember that it is okay to make mistakes. That is proof you are trying. Don't measure your own success based on someone else's. As we all forge our own path, no matter what that may look like, I hope that you do not compare your journey to others. Don't try to be someone you're not just to fit in, because the reality is, none of us are normal. As Mr. Abraham mentioned today, he gave every Northwestern student a small coffee bean at the beginning of the year. To be honest, I completely forgot about it until the other day when I was cleaning out my book bag and found it in one of the pockets. To recap the carrot, egg, and coffee bean story, the gist is that each one, when thrown into a pot of boiling water, all underwent the same adversity, but each one responded differently. The carrot softened and the egg hardened inside, while the coffee bean changed the water around it. Class of 2024, when adversity and hardships come your way, will you give in to the pressure and allow it to weaken or harden you, or will you use it to your advantage and be a positive influence to those around you? Lastly, I hope that you will take comfort that we have our whole lives ahead of us. To quote the song Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield, I encourage you all to never forget to live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. The rest is still unwritten. Thank you.
Family, guests, community members, I know you all have been sitting for a while. We are entering into the part of the program where we are going to present diplomas to our class of 2024. But before we do that, since you've been sitting a while, and I want to make sure our graduates know you are here, I'm going to give you 1 minute. Yeah. Do you have 1 minute? Thank you. You may be seated. I understand it's hard to contain your excitement, so I wanted to give you all 1 minute, but at this time, we really need everyone to be disciplined and respectful because it is all about the graduates right now. So thank you. At this time, we will proceed with the awarding of diplomas and certificates.
Brooke Owen Thomas, valedictorian. Erica Lee Thompson, salutatorian. Mykiera Lenice Abrams, with honors. Elizabeth Jo Adler. Christian Israel Aguilera Reyes. Christopher Mendoza Alvarado. Zoe Anaya Marie Ames. Zanaya Kalia Anthony Kirk. Xylon Kamor Arnold. Cameron Jakevin Ashley. Nathan Ayers, with highest honors. Jemiah Danielle Bailey. Janelle Simone Bailey. Bridget Nicole Ballard, with honors. Caleb John Joseph Ballard. Morgan Sholape Lydia Bancoli, with honors. Jamarion Malik Barber. Jaden Elizabeth Barber. Zamaria Jasmine Barron. Kennedy Michelle Balcom, with highest honors. Lawson Ira Balcom. Shelby Luann Baxley. Ethan James Beckett. Jacob Anthony Bent. Ava Mackenzie Bennett, with highest honors. Tiana Yolanda Andrea Bennett. Natalie Bentos Pereira, with honors. Cameron Brad Bigham. Dallas Wayne Blackman. Julia Roseanne Blades. Autumn Lachlan Bowen. Jeremy Ryan Bowman. Kristen King Boyd. Emily Catherine Bradley. Drayshawn Lamar Bryce. Kayla Latrice Bryce. Samir Emmanuel Bridges. Charles Cooper Brooks, with honors. Ava Grace Brown. Joseph Allen Brown. Zoe Marie Brown, with highest honors. Jalen Hermina Bryant. Adrian Royce Buchanan, Jr. Tanisha Nicole Buxton. Tanner Andrew Baumgartner. Jaden Terrell Burris. Jalen Darrell Burris. Griffith Orr Byers. James Andrew Scott Burns. Ashlyn Brooke Caldwell, with honors. Caden Devontae Caldwell. Jasmine Camacho Garcia. Mackenzie Ann Campbell, with highest honors. Sabrina Fiona Carlton, with highest honors. Jamond Amor Ray Carruthers. Macy Margaret Carroll, with highest honors. Yonatan Castano Sanchez, with honors. Ryan Ayani Cathcart. Madison Elizabeth Chavis, with highest honors. Erin Mayer Christie. Micah Lee Clark. Riley James Clark. Zanari Antonai Clark. Emily Morgan Clemens, with highest honors. Nicholas Kogi. Tiana Cantoria Coleman. Caroline Grace Cook. Ethan James Cook, with highest honors. Evan Mitchell Cooper, with highest honors. Zion Isaiah Cooper. Abby Jean Carell. Macy Nicola Carell, with highest honors. Nathaniel Ardell Corrigan. Desiree Leanne Crawford. Tyrese Jamal Crawford. Garrett Chance Curran. Samantha Christina Daniel, with honors. Isabel Grace Darrow. Mason Jamar Davis. Matthew Dylan Davis, Jr. Sienna Joe Dean, with honors. Xavier Nelson De Leon. Gavin Michael Derry. Cohen Paul Dixon. Joseph John Dominic. Olivia Caitlin Duncan with highest honors. Journey Alexis Durham. Corey Antonio Dye, Jr. Travell Yaman Lamar Edie. Jalea Nicole Edwards. Sayana Patrina Edwards. Jordan Elijah Ellerby. Eugene Raphael Irby, Jr. Jade Kalia Evans with honors. Olivia Gay Evans. Allison Michelle Fagan with honors. Eli Troy Fain with highest honors. Zoe Elizabeth Farmer. Courtney Marissa Fedrick. Calum Dewan Feely. Karis Sarai Feely. Diana Lisbeth Ferreira Ponce. Destiny Elizabeth Ferreira. Gabrielle Rose Gagan. Jayla Simone Gayton. Juan David Garcia Sanchez. Isaiah George Garcia. Ruby Maria Garcia. Jonathan Josue Garcia Garcia. Emma K. Jeter with highest honors. Xander Gray Golson. Dejana Zachary Golden. Kevin Gonzalez. Gracie Isabella Grant with highest honors. Josiah Deltrice Grant. Jeremiah Ezekiel Grant. Landon Tyler Green. Jaron Edward Greer. Riley Ann Guyton. Bobby Darrell Hall. Marlo Lee Haller with highest honors. Jasmine Yvetta Hardy. Isaac Joshua Hargett. Damari Zymir Hart. Owen Cooper Hastings. Kylie Amber Sumaya Hawthorne. Michaelin Asher Taraya Hefney with honors. Adrian David Helms. Kimani Lamaya Hemphill. Harmony Zariah Hill. Hannah Cheyenne Hines. Ava Malia Holly. Kanaya Nicole Holmes. Kendall Annette Holtkamp. Jonathan Riley Hoofnagel. Thomas Greer Hopkins. Sawyer Thomas Howe with highest honors. Zachary Edward Howes, Jr. Alani Kiana Hunt. Mallory Emma Hurst with highest honors. Sailor Elizabeth Marie Iacino with highest honors. Giovanna Elich. Riley Elizabeth Jackson. Jordan Ayana Jenkins. Kelsey Elise Jenkins with highest honors. Reagan Christina Jenkins. Ivana Alicia Johnson with honors. Jordan Isaiah Johnson with highest honors. Matthew Bryant Jolly with highest honors. Andon Zamari Jones. Nazim Secure Jordan. Sir Alexander Azariah Lewis Joseph. Asia Lee Kell. Danielle Amanda Kemp. Carson Michael Kessler with highest honors. Madison Renee Kiley. Jamarian Marquise Kimball. Kaylin Riley King with highest honors. Lena Grayson Kirk with highest honors. Bria Lene Knox. Lucas Blake Kelly. Steve Kyle Montgomery Lakaya. Isaiah Cole Larkins with honors. Jamari Arishan Lewis. Isa Karen Hennett Leitner. Gabriel Keith Lilly. Janelle Marie Little. Armani Unique Lloyd. Elijah Marquise Lomax. Chase Carson Lowry. Carter Grayson Mullaney. Kylie Jane Mullaney. Caleb Alexander Merrick. Jaden Bryce Marquez. Morgan Olivia Marquis with highest honors. Malia Shay Marthers. Chelsea Allison Martin with highest honors. Nevaeh Anise Bell Martin. Danny Asai Martinez Romero. Luna Martinez with honors. Ashley Coral Martinez Key. Stephanie Alejandra Martinez Morales. Kiara J. Mosca Perez with honors. Bryant Stewart Madison. Antoine Evan Maybury. Ariana Inez McCall with highest honors. Riley Kate McCart with highest honors. Malaya Simone McLeave. Kenya Ivana McClinton. Mason Ross McCraven with honors. Jalea Sakani McCullough with honors. Talon Octavius McCullough. Michael Elijah McFadden. Sarah Ellison McGinley. Isaac Elijah McNelly. Jewel Lynn McRae with honors. Sydney Emma Brooke Medeiros. Genesis Cherie Medley with highest honors. Abner Fabricio Minhivar Carrillas. Sydney Danielle Michelson with highest honors. Chloe Anna Bringaskug Miller with highest honors. Jasmine Denise Miller with honors. Zaria Constance Miller. Torrance Austin Miller Stewart. Mason Scott Mitchell. Nevaeh Deanna Moffitt. Kaya Marlene Moon with honors. Luke Thomas Moore. Trinity Cheyenne Moore with honors. Ashley Morales Lopez. Miguel Angel Morante. Olivia Rose Morris. Luke Isaac Mosley. Matthew Nicholas Mullenix. Riley Grace Nargang with highest honors. Lindsay Reed Neal with highest honors. Cole Andrew Nesmith. Kaylee Michelle Newell with highest honors. Hope Alexandria Newman with honors. Margaret Rose Newman. Amir Zaire Newton. Thuc Quan Nguyen. Sydney Ann Neild. Chloe Elizabeth Nozel with honors. Graciana Marie O'Connor. Kalia Dawn Oliver with honors. Nevaeh Ann Olson. Maria Guadalupe Peniagua Rivera with honors. Angelina Fern Parrish with highest honors. Jonathan Robert Parker. Sadie Marie Parker. Madeline Grace Parkman. Cameron George Pattison. Elijah Dwight Patton. Ethan Isaac Paul. Diana Abigail Pena Moreno with highest honors. Skylar Mackenzie Rose Penn. Jamar Laurente Perry Jr. Cameron Jamarion Peterson. Barrett Brooks Purifoy. Hollis Quinn Purifoy. Joshua J. Phelan. Jaxali Pina Rodriguez with honors. Skylie Marie Pinales Rodriguez. Austin Michael Pittman with honors. Elias Daniel Popov. Kylie Janae Porter. Natalia Araceli Portillo. Elizabeth Lucille Powell with highest honors. Janae Danielle Powell. Joy Divine Presley Jennings. Christopher Lee Alvin Probst. Ava Simone Quick. Ileana Quiles. Lucas Jagger Ramsey. Joshua Preston Reese. Devin Miles Reed with honors. Arlene Judith Reyes Bade with honors. Hanovi Isaiah Richard. Jonathan Rincon Hoyos. Adrian Gabriel Rodriguez Calderon. Caleb Rodriguez Melchor. Deasia Anari Rollins Odom. Summer Elizabeth Rumfola with highest honors. Armadria Shaimani Sanders. Carlene Faye Sandlin with honors. Andrew Elijah Sands. Diana Santos with highest honors. Julia Madison Leanne Sarver. Daniel Bryce Sawyer. Janiyah Milan Scott. Sebastian John Seeger. Parker Samuel Shaw. Holden James Shelnut with honors. Walker Andrew Sheen. Destin Sharon Simons. Jack Henry Simpson. Laura Elizabeth Scroban. Elijah Samuel Smith. Quason Rashad Smith. Lily Emma Sobieski with highest honors. Jemiah Chanel Marie Sow. Justin Isaiah Spencer. Jakari Mackay Stallworth. Piper Haley Steele. Janiyah Nevaeh Stevens. Tori Allison Stevens. Jada Zariah Stevenson. Logan Elijah Stock with honors. Elijah Malik Stratford. Alexandra Joy Robin Strobel. Grace Ann Summers with highest honors. Enrique Tejeda with highest honors. Greenlee Elizabeth Thompson with highest honors. Zamari Tyreek Thompson. Messiah Omarion Thrower. Joshua Ryan Tyndall. Nyla Simone Tisdale. Zashawn Willie Truitt. Lola Wei Trung with highest honors. Demaya Michaela Tucker. Caden Donnie Vale. Alan Javier Velasco Sasadi. Bryson Lamont Venning. Vance Bailey Ventry. Jahari Tate Walker. Zosh Orel Walker. Xavion Zaque Walls. Daisy Denise Watts. Christopher Nakaya Wentz. Ava Christina Wheeler. India Samara Wiley. White. Kennedy Elizabeth Wigley. Cameron Richard Wilhelm Patterson. Alea Jayla Williams. Danielle Xavier Williams. Jasmine Monet Williams. Mia Patrice Williams. Wesley Porter Williams. Denadre Tyree Deshawn Williamson. Reagan Nicole Williamson with highest honors. Paris Cheryl Wilmore. Gavin Lewis Wilson. Malaysia Trinice Wilson with highest honors. Owen Robert Wilson. Skyland Pearl Wilson. Tyler Chase Winden with highest honors. Jasmine Elizabeth Woodard. Jaden LaAllen Woods. Janiyah Alicia Woods. Kalana Maria Jose Worthy. Isabella Lorraine Wright with honors. Allie Brianna Worthman with highest honors. Mason Ray Wyman. Theron Monroe Young with honors. Alyssa Sophia Zonjic. Melanie Christina Zuniga Mendoza.
members of the Board of Trustees, family, and invited guests, I present to you the Northwestern High School class of 2024. And I certify that they have filled all Rock Hill Schools and South Carolina Department of Education requirements for graduation. 2024 senior class, please rise. Please move your tassel from the right to the left, signifying your graduate status. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the state of South Carolina through the Board of Trustees of Rock Hill School District 3, I now declare each of you graduates of Northwestern High School. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, would everyone please rise for the closing song? Please remain standing until all graduates have recessed from the Coliseum. Guests, we thank you for attending today.
Thank you.